India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to visit Moscow on 8th and 9th July at the invitation of President of the Russian Federation for the 22nd India-Russia Annual Summit. The Ministry of External Affairs today at a media briefing stressed that India-Russia bilateral trade has seen a sharp increase in 2023-24. Adding further, he said that trade imbalance will be a matter of priority in the discussions during the visit.
India-Russia bilateral trade has seen a sharp increase in 2023-24. It has since touched close to $65 billion, primarily due to strong energy cooperation between India and Russia. With Indian exports of $4 billion and Indian imports being close to $60 billion, trade remains imbalanced, which is a matter of priority in our discussions with the Russian side.
India's Foreign Secretary also reiterated about India's stand on the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict. He said India shares global concern over Ukraine and facilitate peaceful resolution via diplomatic dialogue.
We share the global concern over the situation in Ukraine and naturally support any collective desire to facilitate a peaceful resolution of the conflict. We have always maintained a very clear and consistent position and approach that enduring peace can be achieved only through dialogue and diplomacy, and we continue to believe that such a peace requires bringing together all stakeholders and a sincere and a practical engagement between the two parties of the conflict.
Moving on, 2 days after urging ceasefire during his Kiev visit, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán is in Moscow, where a short while back he met Russian President Vladimir Putin. At the meeting, Putin said he was ready to discuss the nuances of peace proposals to end the conflict in Ukraine. He expressed readiness to hear the Hungarian leader's position on Ukraine and to get a readout from Orbán of the views of other European partners. And DD India correspondent Dasha Chernyshova joins us live from Moscow. Dasha, amidst the conflicting statements by leaders in the recent past, how close or distant does a real ceasefire in the conflict appears to be?
Well, as things stand at the moment, it doesn't seem to be the case that we are moving anywhere closer to the ceasefire in this conflict in Ukraine, with the Russian president most recently saying that there could be no ceasefire again unless there are real negotiations. He reiterated that the Russian peace initiative that Vladimir Putin has recently outlined, which involves the withdrawal of the Ukrainian troops entirely from the territories of the four regions which Russia now claims as its own, is still on the table. It does seem to be the case that the ceasefire will be introduced only after this move is implemented. At the same time, we also hearing from Ukraine that this is not on the table, that Ukraine dismisses this as the possibility for the upcoming negotiations. So as things stand now, Moscow continues to say that it improves its combat positions on the front line, with Russian armed forces carrying out at least 23 group strikes against the military infrastructure of Ukraine over the past week. And the Russian president once again reiterating that ceasefire is only possible when there are real negotiations in which Russia's concerns will be taken into account.
Dasha, thank you for those updates.